kindred spirits. How are you doing today? I hope that every one of y'all are doing great. And this is something new. I'm going live. I'm trying this little experiment out. So I don't see that anybody's popped up yet, but that's okay. I hope that you can hear me throughout this because I don't have any way to give myself any feedback. So if anybody is there watching and you can hear me, let me know. But I wanted to check in with you and see how all of y'all are doing. I've missed interacting with you, lots of different things going on around here. And I thought, you know what, it might be a good time to just go live and speak to my friends and see how you're doing and then tell you a little bit about some of the things that we're doing around here and just catch up with you. So I think it'd be a lot of fun. But I wanted to let you know that I have just got a bunch of seeds ordered from a seed catalog. I'm going to show you a few of those things in a few minutes. And then also, I have this book, and I'm not sure if y'all remember this book. This is one of the books that we found in our old farmhouse. And it's called A Girl's Problems in Home Economics with Cooking, Home, Food, and Family. And it was written, let me get my glasses here. It was written a very, very long time ago. And I'm not going to read this to you today. Its original copyright was 1926. But there are some things in here that are so helpful, specifically some things about color and the colors that you choose to wear, how it can affect your mood or how it can brighten your appearance up. And it's so fascinating. And so many times, okay, great, you can hear me. Good deal, Susan. Thank you so much for piping up. And so it's so many times we think that things that we've discovered now are brand new, but everything is cyclical. And just like that old Bible verse from Ecclesiastes says, there's nothing new under the sun. So I find it fascinating. Again, 1926. So this book was written 100 years ago, 99 years ago. And it has so much information that can just be applied today. Again, specifically that chapter on color. And it's so interesting because I think that this was actually written for middle school girls, but this was written on a very high level. This is a great book. And tell me if y'all are ever interested. I would love to spend some time going through this with you and read through it with you and tell you some of the neat things that they talk about in here, because I think that you would really enjoy it too, especially hearing some of those old pieces of advice. So, and then I've got to tell you about my seeds. First of all, are any of y'all gardeners? And if you are, tell me about how you garden. If you garden in the ground or in containers, or how you garden in your soil. We are in zone, they just changed the zone. So I believe we're in zone 8A now. And we used to be 7B. So there's not a huge difference, but it changes kind of the way we put our seedlings out. And so with that, I'm going to start gardening in containers this year. Even though as I look out, I'm surrounded by agricultural land, our ground is extremely rocky in this part of the Piedmont of North Carolina where we live. And so in order to have a good garden, I either have to truck the dirt in or use raised beds. And for certain things like flowers, I don't have a problem at all growing flowers, but a lot of vegetables don't do really well in my garden soil. So I've tried over the years to do different things to amend my soil to make it better. And so this year I'm going to try using containers instead. So have any of y'all ever heard of green stalks? GREENSTALKS. I love the name green stalks because it sounds like green stamps. And when I was a kid, my mother used to save green stamps and get things at the grocery store. Did any of y'all do that, or did your mothers do that? Anyway, green stalks. The more I learn about this company, the more I love them. First of all, they're from Knoxville, Tennessee, so go Big Orange. You can't be better than that. They're manufactured in Knoxville, Tennessee. And what they are, I don't have a picture, but they are these containers that you garden in that are vertical. And I'm so excited to get them. They have a sale going on right now, and I'm not affiliated with them, and I don't get any kind of feedback or anything from telling you about them, but they have a sale right now in which if you buy one of the original green stalk planters, they send you a free one. So if you buy one that is 5 foot high, you get a free 3 foot high one. And so I went ahead and bought two. And so I can't wait to get out there and start planting in them. Our last frost date is the end of March here in the North Carolina Piedmont. So I cannot wait to get out there in the dirt and start planting my garden. But let me show you some of the seeds that I received. The Southern Exposure Seeds wraps their seeds up in a little seed catalog, and I love how they do that before they ship it to you. And y'all, I don't know, I bought way too many seeds. I don't know when in the world I'm going to have time to plant these, but they're irresistible to me. So let me show you, first of all, isn't that packaging just beautiful? These, again, this is Southern Exposure Seed Exchange, and this comes from Virginia. So they have the neatest little story too, because Billabong, hello, good to see you. Thank you for watching. They have the neatest little story, and I encourage you to go to their website, southernexposureseedexchange.com, and just read their little story, because if you like to hear about history of things, you'll enjoy reading their story. But this is a sweet corn, and this is Bodalicious sweet corn. So I'm going to plant this out in my garden. And have you ever heard of the Three Sisters? Have any of y'all ever planted the Three Sisters? It's a Native American way of planting corn, pole beans, and squash. And so you start your corn first, and then after about, I guess your corn gets about knee high, then you put your beans in. And your beans use the corn as a trellis to wrap themselves up. And then you add your pumpkins last, and then that supposedly is the trifecta, or the Three Sisters of gardening. And I'm going to try that this year. And tell me if you've done that before and if you've had success. I think all three of those planted together help nurture the soil and make for better planting when you have all those three planted together. Make for a better garden when you have all those planted together. So let me know if you have done that before. I also, again, look at that packaging, and it looks like it's hand-drawn or watercolored. This tomato is a Mountaineer Delight. And one of these tomatoes that I purchased originally came from Tennessee. I can't remember which one it was, though. What's so neat is the Southern Exposure Seed Exchange takes seeds, and they're heirloom seeds, a lot of them. And so they'll have old timers who have used seed for generations, and they'll give it to this little company, and then they'll do trials with it, and then they can decide if they want to sell it or not. So I love their history. But this one is called Eva Purple Ball tomato. I love a dark tomato, either a black creme or a purple. The Cherokee purple is one of my favorites, but I've never had this Eva Purple Ball. So I'm excited to try that out and see how that tastes. And then, okay, here's one. This is called an Old Time Tennessee. And let me make sure, because I don't know that this is actually, this is not a tomato. This is a muskmelon. So this is like a honeydew melon. So I'm excited to taste this too. that should be really good. I love a honeydew or a cantaloupe. I love those, so that should be good out in the garden. Now this one is called Hazel's Best Muskmelon, and that's also like a cantaloupe too. Have y'all ever grown pumpkins? Pumpkins can be difficult, and I'm going to try a new method this year and see. Hey, Jenny, good to see you, girl. I'm so glad that you're watching. Thank you. I love pumpkins better than anything in the world. Hey, Joseph, let's see. My wife and I use pots and buckets to plant with, but I find everything grows better in the ground. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to do both, Joseph, so I'll let you know what does better this year. I want to take y'all along with me. Listen, Shine ASMR, I don't know if any of y'all watch her. I don't know that she's ever done videos from her garden. I've seen pictures from her garden. She is a doll. She has a great channel. Go to her channel and look back at some of her old pictures and videos. I think that she's done some walkthroughs of her garden. She has a beautiful garden, so maybe I need to get some tips from her too. But this is a Connecticut field pumpkin, and again, just look at that illustration. That is so pretty. I'm going to grow these up. We have a drain field, which is that way on our property, and I'm not going to dig because I can't be digging in a drain field, but I'm going to put a mound of soil up and then plant my Connecticut field pumpkins up there and see how they do up that way, and I'll let y'all know because I want some pumpkins. And then let me see. Let me look at the time real quick too. I think I should be okay. Here, okay, this is so good. Okay, I've got 2 different watermelons. We've grown Sugar Baby in the past and had great success with Sugar Baby, so I'm excited about that one. And then tulips and moonflowers, Billabong. Oh, I bet that's going to be beautiful. I love tulips. And a moonflower, isn't that sort of like a, is it sort of a clematis looking flower, or I'm not sure. You'll have to let me know. I bet that's beautiful. This one is called Stone Mountain, and Stone Mountain is in Georgia. So you can find a seed that those. And then I have, oh, this is exciting. This is a Waltham butternut squash. Love butternut squash. These store really well too over the winter, so I'm excited about that. This is Burpee's Butterbush, and this is also a winter squash. So I will wind up probably planting these in the summertime instead of here in the spring, because we want to give those a little bit of a later growing season. And I'm excited about those. Okay, and then I've got 3 more from the Southern Seed Exchange. I've got 2, I don't think I exactly meant to buy 2 pinto bean packages, but I did. But these are bush bean pintos, and these are also from the Southern Seed Exchange. So those will be good, and that's what I'm going to use to plant my 3 sisters with. So I'll plant that corn up there along with some field pumpkins and then those bush beans too. This is so neat. Okay, do y'all remember that video that I showed you here a while back in which I talked about spinning wool and using cotton to spin? And I showed you all that cotton that I picked up from the road because they grow cotton around here. Well, this is called Mississippi brown cotton, and it is a brown color. And so I can't wait to grow that. I don't know how it's going to do. I need to read up on the best soil conditions to grow cotton in, but I just want to grow a little patch just to see what it looks like and see if I can grow some cotton. I want to grow tobacco too, but I can't get my hands on any seeds. I just haven't tried in the right places yet. All right, and then up next, this is Eden Brothers seeds. And these come from a little area just right outside of Asheville, North Carolina. And so again, I love dealing with locals or fairly close to local anyway. And so I bought a lot of flowers from them, and they don't have pictures on their packaging, but this is a package of zinnias. Zinnias, what do you say? I kind of go back and forth between all of them. But now, it's important what kind of zinnias I buy because I like the bigger ones or some that have unusual colors. And this one is called the Cupcake Pink Blend. So once those bloom, I will let you see a picture of those and see what those look like. And then, oh, carrot seeds. I'm going to plant carrot seeds in my vertical gardens. The pockets that they come in, that they have are 10 inches, and so that's going to be perfect to grow the carrots in. And then, let's see, oh, beet seeds. I've got that next. That must be on a tape because beet seeds are tiny, but I feel something like a beet tape in there, so those are going to be good. Those are called Early Wonder beets. And then I have the binary mix of zinnias. This is the kind of how these look, and they're multicolored too. And then the California Giants, this is another bunch of zinnia seeds. I'm going to plant those. Can't wait for those. I do really well with these. I think everybody does well with zinnias because they grow pretty prolifically. This is called the Mammoth Gray Stripe Sunflower. And so that's going to be pretty out in the garden this year. I tried to grow little teddy bear sunflowers last year, but they didn't do well in my soil, and I'm not entirely sure why, so I'm going to try that different kind. And then this is the Oklahoma mix of the zinnias. These are beautiful. They're really big too. And then this is another sunflower, and it's called Ring of Fire. Remember that old Johnny Cash song? And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. Good seeds right there. So I'm really excited about planting those this year. And so again, if you're a gardener, let me know in the comments some of the things that you plant and what zone you're in too, because I'd love to know that. There is a young guy, his channel is Millennial Gardener, and he is in Wilmington, North Carolina, which is on the coast, and he gives a great overall view of planting things in our area. And he was talking about figs today because I've had a little hard time with my figs bearing fruit. And now I understand that I'm not a good fig grower. Supposedly figs need a lot of food. And I've had mine in a container. And I think I need to put it in the ground or give it more food if I plan on growing them. So let's see. Billabong, Lake of the Ozarks. Very cool, very cool. My husband was just in, so the Ozarks, is that Arkansas? Or tell me where you are exactly. My husband was just in Arkansas, and he just came home from there. He saw 8 wrecks on the way home from Arkansas last night, so it was a rough. Missouri, okay. Are the Ozarks even in Arkansas, or am I wrong about that? I feel stupid. That's what happens when you get on live. You don't know, but thank you for clarifying that for me. Missouri is a beautiful, beautiful state. But let's see, what else did I want to tell you guys about? I'm getting ready to leave. I'm looking at the timer right now, and I hope that my clock doesn't make too much noise when it goes off. I'm getting ready to leave because I found a beautiful table on Facebook Marketplace, and so I'm going to go get it. It's free. So I'm excited to get that. We are doing some painting here in our house. We've been here since '08. And raised 3 kids here and a little dog, and it's a little bit, let's see, Jenny, you're in Maryland. Okay, so you're right on that Mason-Dixon line there. What is that, would that be considered zone 6, do you think? If you're right up there, I think maybe so, but yeah, that's a beautiful area for sure. The Chesapeake Bay, I always love to eat the crab anytime I go up to Maryland. So it's a beautiful part of the country too. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go here in a few minutes, go pick up my table from Facebook Marketplace that's free. We're going to do some painting, and I'm going to do some rearranging in some rooms here in the house too. So it'll be a lot of But anyway, I better cut this off now, guys, because I don't want to keep on rambling and not say anything of substance. But I thought it'd be fun again to come on live with you just to see what it felt like. It seems like everything is going smoothly. I haven't seen any glitches yet. Somebody suggested to me last year that I look into Starlink because our internet was so slow. And sure enough, it helped tremendously. So thank you, whoever recommended that. We sometimes have a hard time picking it up in certain rooms of the house, but it has helped so much. So thank you to whoever recommended that last year to us. But it was great to interact with y'all this way. I need to do this more often because it's a lot of fun to be able to interact with you in real time instead of waiting, after the video uploads. And isn't it funny too to think about, I'm sitting here doing a live video with you and boom, we're here. But it can sometimes take nearly 20 hours for a video to upload that I've already recorded. Isn't that crazy? So this may be the new way to go, little lives instead of doing the pre-recorded videos. The only bad thing though is I have a loss for words and I can't edit it out when I'm doing live. So I need a piece of paper telling me what to say as I'm doing this. I'm sure as I get more comfortable with it, it'll be fine. But anyway, well, listen, my friends, thank you again so much for watching with me today. And there goes my timer. I better get off here. I love you, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.